everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Claire. I'm just out at the moment with Yoli. And today I thought I'd just do a little casual vlog, houseplant chat, repot, propagation update, show you some new plants as well that I'm really excited about. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So I've just got back from the dog walk and I'm going to start off by showing you a couple of new rare plants that I've got literally in the last couple of days. So this one, I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. This one is an Anthurium Waroqueanum, I think it is. That's how I've always pronounced it. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but Waroqueanum. And it's a plant that I have wanted for so long, but just have never got because I've never been able to afford it. And found this one on Etsy fairly cheaply a few days ago, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's just so beautiful. It arrived in quite soggy soil. That's the only thing I'm slightly concerned about. I'm pretty sure the seller probably just didn't want it to dry out on its journey, but the soil is quite saturated for an anthurium, and that's my only concern right now because otherwise it looks in really good condition. But you can see, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but actually that's not a good one to show you. Like with this big leaf here, you can tell that they've obviously chopped back a little bit of the leaf, kind of following the natural pattern of the leaf. So I'm guessing at some point it was browning. I don't know if that's just down to the conditions it was kept in before, but I obviously just want to make sure that that's nothing to do with overwatering. So yeah, I don't tend to repot houseplants when I first get them, just because, as I've said in other videos, I like to keep their environment as stable as possible at first, but I'm gonna just monitor this one and check its roots and make sure it's all good. But yeah, I am obsessed with it, if I hadn't mentioned yet already. I feel like I haven't spent enough time staring at this plant yet before making this video, so I'm gonna put aside some time later to do that. But yes, that is new plant number one. So the next one is this little Piper sylvaticum plant. Just look at those leaves. They are absolutely gorgeous. I don't know why I expected the leaves to be a lot thicker in texture. I think just because I've never actually seen one in real life, I kind of, from looking at pictures, thought they'd be more kind of like alocasia texture. But yeah, you can kind of see if you see the backs of the leaves, they're really thin and fragile. I got this from a lovely seller on Facebook groups. If you're looking for cheap, rare plants online and you can't find any of them, Facebook groups are definitely the way to go. They're brilliant. I get so many plants from there. But yeah, also you can see probably that some of its leaves are curling slightly. I think that's probably just because it needs a really good drink. The soil is quite dry, but also it's been quite cold here in these last few days, and this only arrived 2 days ago, I think, so it could just be in shock a little bit from its journey. So I'm gonna just monitor it, keep it warm, give it a water, and I'll let you know how it goes. This next one's another rare anthurium that literally only arrived yesterday, hence why it's still in the bag with sphagnum moss, but this is an Anthurium veitchii narrow form, which is just, oh my goodness. I can't quite believe that I actually own this plant. I've wanted this plant for such a long time, and I found this one on eBay the other day and I just was like, go, because I was obsessed. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the time when you get anthuriums, their leaves can come quite damaged, and this one is just the definition of perfect. It's just so gorgeous. And it's also got another new little baby leaf coming there, which you can't really see at the moment because it's kind of in the bag, but I am going to repot this one shortly, so I will show you then. But yeah, I absolutely love it. The other thing I've been getting really interested in recently is pollinating and cross-pollinating anthuriums. If you hadn't already guessed, I really like anthuriums and I would love to be able to do it myself. And I've actually tried to do it with my clarinervium. I don't know yet whether or not it's worked. I only actually did the pollination process about 4 weeks ago, and it takes quite a while to actually, I think it takes months for them to potentially grow berries. But because I'm really impatient, I went on a Facebook group and I just asked if anyone had any seeds or berries going. And a woman has sent me some berries that are clarinervium cross something. She didn't actually know what they were, but I haven't opened it yet. So I'm going to open them now and I'm going to plant them up today. And then, assuming there's seeds inside, of course, there might not be, because not all the berries have seeds. But I'm hoping there will be. Oh, look at them, little berries in there. So yeah, I'm not actually going to unwrap them just yet, just because I feel like if I take them out and put them next to me, I'll probably end up knocking them off the table. So I'm going to wait until I've showed you everything else, and then I'm going to start the propagation process and let you know how it goes. Oh my God, it suddenly got so dark. So dark. This massive clouds come over and I feel like it's like I'm filming at nighttime now, and I'm not. Before I repot the veitchii and plant the seeds, I thought I'd just show you some of my other current propagations that I've got going on. I don't want to take them out of the bag, so, oh, you literally can't see anything. Yeah, I'll take them out of the bag. So these are two little variegated Monstera wet stick propagations that I started about a week ago. I'm propagating them in perlite, as you can see. There we go, that's just one of them. I've put them on a plate just because it's easier. Keep them in a sealed bag, got them under grow lights on a heat mat, so hopefully they're going to start to form their own little microclimates quite quickly. You can tell there's quite a lot of moisture building up on there already, so hopefully they will start to sprout fairly soon. Next, I've got my little snake plant propagation that I've shown you in another video, I think my rare plant tour ages ago, and still haven't got around to potting it up. So I think this one's probably going to be on the list for today because its roots are absolutely massive. So I'm going to put that to one side and probably pot that up today as well. This one is a bit like you'd never guess what it was. Take a guess. If you don't, oh, you can't even see it. Well, I mean, there's not a lot to see. There we go. So that's kind of what it looks like at the moment. This is a Philodendron verrucosum that actually, I mean, I guess it's a wet stick propagation, but it was completely unintentional. My verrucosum sprouted this kind of stump without a leaf. It was really, really weird. And I just kind of thought, okay, do I wait and see if it sprouts a leaf? And it being like 2 months and nothing was happening. So I decided to just chop the end off it. And I just literally dropped it in some water and thought, if it does something, great. If it doesn't, then that's okay. Because the nodes on it weren't well established at all at that point. So I kind of didn't really think there was much hope of it rooting, but it suddenly sprouted a root and there's new growth coming out of it. So this will be another little Philodendron verrucosum, which is quite exciting. So again, I will keep you updated on that because this is a mystery one to me. I've definitely never propagated like that before. This one, not rare at all. It's just a little Monstera adansonii propagation. So you can see it's not in the greatest condition. This was from my friend's plants that she was throwing away because I mean, it wasn't great. You know how temperamental adansoniis can be, but it wasn't great. And it had about 2 savable leaves there and one of them had a node. So I said, I'll propagate it for her and she can try again. So I'm doing that at the moment. The only thing with these little bubble propagators, and I feel like you'll know if you use them, is that sometimes when the roots start to grow, it's so hard to get them out and you risk damaging them. So I think I'm probably going to have to transfer this pretty quickly to another container because even now you can see, can you see, it's the question? Nope, but you can just see my light box. I will take a shot of this and I'll put it in separately, but there is some new growth forming on it already and a really decent root. So I will deal with that maybe today if there's time, but at this rate the light's going. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on. Next, I've got a couple of Syngonium albo propagations. This one's my favourite because it's just got such a nice balance of white and green. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've been posting quite a lot about my Syngonium at the moment because it's just sprouting so much white growth that looks so beautiful. But obviously because it doesn't contain any chlorophyll, it kind of means that that bit of the plant is just going to die off. It's going to look beautiful for a few weeks, a couple of months if you're lucky, and then it's going to just die off. So I've been constantly chopping it back and trying to preserve a good amount of green, but still get some of that lovely variegation in as well. And I've got this one as well, which is from the same plants, which is, it's okay. It's got a little bit of yellow there on the leaf, but again, I think I've probably left it in water for a bit too long. They do root quickly, but look at that root. That is 100% ready to be potted. So the roots on this one are very small still, but the thing with Syngoniums, I actually don't always propagate them in water. Sometimes I propagate them in moss, but I have also before just planted them straight into the soil without doing any kind of prep work, water, moss, leca, whatever. So I probably could pot these up together now, but I'm not sure if, I don't know if I want to do that yet or not. I'm gonna leave them till last. If I've got time today, I might do that as well, but yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes. What else? Again, not the most interesting one in the world, but this is a snake plant propagation. I've got about 5 or 6 of these ones going on at the moment. You can see it has got some decent roots on it. Oh, this light is doing my head in. It has got some roots, so I could, probably not just yet, but I could pot it up quite soon. The reason I'm propagating loads of massive bits of snake plant is just because of Yoli's tail. Like, it's the most hardy plant in the world, but she gets excited and her tail goes, and it has literally chopped my snake plant in half, which is really sad. But my plan is to propagate loads of bits, plant them back in the same pot, move that plant away from a Yoli area, and hopefully it'll be nice and healthy again and full in no time. But yes, so that's that one. This one here, so if you watch my thrips video that I made about how to get rid of thrips quite recently, this was the plant that it all started on. This is my philodendron melanochrysum, and the main leaf here was the one that I noticed the thrips on first, and this leaf is actually doing brilliantly. It's bounced back really well, but as you can see, the new leaf that it was sprouting at the time has got quite a lot of thrip damage on it, to the point that I'm almost wondering if I should chop it back. But I mean, there's no thrips on it now, so I think I'm just gonna go with it, because it's been in water for quite a while and it was already kind of suffering in shock beforehand. It's just, I think the reason that and the new leaf as well don't look that healthy is because they're probably really lacking in nutrition, because thrips suck out loads of the sap from the plant, and then I've gone and stuck it in water where there's no nutrients. I think that's probably why it needs to be potted up fairly soon. So I think that root system is probably more than enough to support it. So I might, again, if I have time, pot this one up today and just see how it goes, because I have taken more propagations from it as well. I've got a couple more over there as well that aren't as well rooted as this one, but they are taking. I just want to make sure that I don't lose this plant because I love it. And just that leaf, look at the size of that leaf. That is one big leaf for a not a varicosum, melanochrysum. That is one big leaf, and I really don't want to lose this plant. So yeah, I'll put that in my maybe to pot up today pile as well with everything else. And the last, I'm just going to show you one more because I could keep going, but if the light's going, I want to make sure I get through everything. This is another one that was affected by thrips. This is one of my variegated monsteras. You can see really clearly up here the thrip damage. That is just absolutely classic. It looks mottled and it doesn't look very nice, but it's, touch wood, thrip free, and it's got such a good root system on it. I'm wondering if I can actually, yeah, take that out. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is the most fantastic root system. So again, I think I'll probably leave this one for another week or so, just so it can get a little bit more established before I pot it, just because I thought I was going to lose this plant and I want to make sure it has the best chance. So I'm going to leave it a little bit longer, but I have faith that that's going to be absolutely fine. It's also, since I started propagating it, pushing out a new leaf, and the variegation on the new leaf looks really nice. It doesn't look too white. Don't know if you can see. Again, any that aren't showing up well, I'll put in another little shot of them separately. But it doesn't look too white, but it looks like it's got a really nice balance of white and green. So especially since this leaf isn't highly variegated, I'm quite glad that it's keeping on going. So yeah, I think those are the propagation updates I'm going to do at the moment, and I'm going to go mix up some soil and I'm going to pot some stuff up. So really annoyingly, I don't know where my potting mat is. I have just been looking all over for it, and I usually keep it with my soil and perlite and all of that sort of stuff, but it's not there. So for today, I'm going to be using a recycling bag because that is the next best thing. Is it? I don't know, but that's what we're using today. So I think I'm going to start with my veitchii. As I say, I usually don't pot up plants right after I get them, but this sphagnum moss looks quite damp and I don't want it to get root rot or anything like that. And I also just want to check the condition of the roots, although it does look really, really great. But yeah, I'm going to go through the tedious process of removing all the moss from the roots, and then I will let you know what we're going to do next. So the root system is deceivingly small. I kind of assumed, looking at all of that moss, that perhaps it went all the way down. I mean, it looks so healthy. Hang on, let me get all of the moss off and then I'll show you. But I would say this will probably start in a really small pot. Anthuriums quite like to be root bound as well, so the worst thing to do is plant them in something that's way too big for them and then send them into shock or cause root rot or something like that. But yeah. There you go, can you see? That looks like a perfect, white, full, healthy root system to me. Also, for the first time, I can properly see that little baby leaf that's still unfurling. The thing I absolutely love about anthurium leaves is, because with most leaves, they'll come out looking quite like, well, I mean, this isn't a great example, the melanochrysum, but like they look quite fresh and new, but they kind of stay the same size. Whereas with anthuriums, their leaves start really small and they just get bigger and bigger and bigger as they grow. So I'm so excited about that little baby one. I think even that pot's going to be way too big. I need something slightly smaller. I'm going to have to go back to my pot collection. Because it looks like such a well-established plant, it looks like it would do fine in a bigger pot, but those roots, I just don't want to overwhelm them with moisture from the soil that they can't handle. So I'm going to see if I've got something maybe like one size smaller than this. So I think this pot should be okay. I think it's only like a centimetre smaller, but it's not as deep, so I think that's going to be all right. I was thinking about doing Vlogmas as well. Not that I really know much about it, but I know a lot of people on YouTube do Vlogmas where they like upload a video every day. I think it would be a lot of effort to fit around work and other things, but I'm trying to, if you hadn't realised, I'm trying to up how much I post on YouTube because I'm really loving doing these videos. Like when I first started, it was kind of, because obviously when I first started YouTube, it was to kind of like, I don't know, as a bit of like extra advertisement for my shop at the time, which obviously isn't open right now. So I kind of thought maybe it would help drive traffic to my shop, but I started making videos and I was like, I love it so much. So I'm trying to increase my activity here on YouTube. Increase my activity. Also, this is my first vlog that I've ever done. It feels very, very weird doing a video with absolutely no planning. I always plan, or pretty much always plan my videos quite strategically to make sure I cover everything. And with this, I'm just kind of going with the flow. So it feels a bit strange. So if I'm yabbering on about a lot of stuff that's not very interesting, please forgive me. I'm sure I'll get better. But yes, Vlogmas. What do you guys think about that? Anyone that's still watching at this point, what do you think? Do you think I should do it? There is actually something that I'm definitely planning on doing over Christmas, and so I did a pub quiz, like a houseplant pub quiz a while ago, and this time for Christmas I want to do another one of those, but I want to do it raising money for the charity that Yoli came from. She came from a Greek rescue charity for dogs, and they have just been absolutely incredible, and they've had the toughest year with, well, the toughest couple of years with Brexit, COVID, restrictions, all that sort of stuff, and getting dogs over to their families. So I would love to do something to raise money for them. I don't really know how I'm going to go about doing that on YouTube, because obviously unless I go live and I can't monitor it. I don't know, I am yabbering now, but if anyone's got any thoughts or ideas, that would be amazing. So feel free to drop them down below. So this one is done. I'm gonna give it a good water afterwards, but there we go, look at her. Oh, she's beautiful. I'm gonna put her to one side and give her a drink afterwards. So I think the next one I'm gonna do, just because I'm really excited and intrigued, is the Anthurium berries. I'm pretty sure I need to firstly get some scissors. So I've got some scissors. The other thing I was gonna say is some water, because I think you need to wash the berry bit off to try and get out the seeds. I'm really hoping these have seeds in them. As I say, apparently it can be slightly hit or miss. Some berries can have 2 seeds, some can have no seeds. So, come on, come out. I have 2 berries here, so I'm hoping I might get a few seeds. So these are the berries, the little berries. And I'm gonna just very, very, very carefully wash the orange off. I think you can actually leave the berry bit on as well, but it just makes them more prone to potentially rotting, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna just very, very carefully see. Aha. Okay, so there's 100% a seed in this one. There you go. So that is the seed just there. So that's one little seed. And this one's a bit bulgier. This one's a bit fatter looking, so it makes me think that maybe it's got more than one, but we will see. Oh, it does, it's got 2. It's got 2, yay! So I've got 3 chances to get this right. Got 2 there, so we've got 3 altogether. So I'm wondering if I should try and propagate them different ways. I think for now, as in just right now making this video, I'm gonna just make a tiny little sphagnum moss propagation box and put them in that. Yeah, I'm just thinking, because the light's going and I've got other ones I want to put up as well, I might just make a very basic prop box for now, and then in a day or 2, if I decide to do something different, I can do that. But for now, I'm gonna just use some sphagnum moss and lay it on the bottom. You can't really see what I'm doing. It's just that I cut my head off there we go, that's better. Sorry that you haven't been able to see so far. And I've been doing a lot of kind of Googling and stuff on how to do this, because as I say, I'm not an experienced anthurium planter, grower, but I think, and what the seller actually said as well, she was like, if you just put them an inch or 2 under the sphagnum moss, and then hopefully I'm going to put them on a heat mat, put them under grow lights. And yeah, I really hope it works. I really hope it works. It's an experiment at the end of the day. So I've got my little bed of sphagnum moss, and I'm going to just spread them evenly in this, I think, and then give them a good spray with some water, and then put them under grow lights on the heat mat. And I don't know how long it takes, but I'll let you know when they start doing something, if they do. I'm trying to keep them kind of upright as well, but it's not really working, so we'll see. Cool, done. I'm just going to give them a little spray with some water. And as I said earlier, with my wet stick propagation, it's pretty much the same thing, like, as I'm sure loads of you know if you make propagation boxes, when you trap moisture in a contained area and add heat, it essentially creates its own little microclimate, and it is just a really good environment for propagations to propagate in, seeds to germinate in, you know what I mean? So cool, that is number 2 done. I will let you know how that goes. I'm really hoping it goes okay and they sprout and they take, and I have some lovely clarinervium babies / potential little hybrid anthuriums. But yeah, I will let you know. What shall I do next? What else did I really want to do? Spider plants. I'm also pretty sure I said snake plants before when I was talking about this one. I heard myself say snake plants and then thought, hey, I'll just carry on. So spider plant. But I'm gonna go for, again, this might even be too big. I would always say, and I know I've said this in other videos before, I would always go, if you're in any doubt and you're putting up propagations, I would always go for a pot size smaller as opposed to a pot size too big, just because if it's got, this has got a pretty good root system, but if you put that in a massive pot and it's got loads of soil that the root system can't absorb all the moisture from, then it makes it so much more prone to things like root rot and stuff like that. So I would always start smaller and then gradually build it up. So on that note, I think I might even go smaller than that. I think that, now you know what? I think it's going to be fine. I think actually that root system has got so used to going just straight down, but when that spreads, I think that's going to be more than capable of filling this pot. Also at this time of year, I think just because it's kind of coming up to Christmas and things this time last year were so different, I don't know, I'm just really missing doing my shop. Like prepping for Christmas last year and putting together gift sets and all that sort of stuff was just so much fun. I absolutely loved it. And anyone that was a customer before and is now joins me for this bizarre YouTube venture, thank you so much. It honestly does mean so much. But I'm really hoping at some point when I've got a little bit more space, I'm going to be able to get it all set up again, because I've actually still got not so much plants now. I've got a few rare plants left, but I've got loads of stock in terms of, this isn't me doing a plug for my shop. Come buy off me, by the way. This is just me saying I've got loads of stuff that I could put back in the shop, but I just don't have the space to do it properly. And if I'm going to do it again, I want to make sure that I can do it the way I want to without having to keep it all in a very, very small space. But yeah, this time last year, it was so lovely. I remember that was the first point that I kind of felt like the shop could take off. I thought it could be something that could become a full-time job, support me. It was doing really well. And then circumstances changed. The other thing I was going to say as well is I know I've been posting a lot about rare plants and like this video specifically, new rare plants and all that sort of stuff. I don't want that to take away at all from the fact that probably my favorite plants of all time, like just looking at this little spider plant, like my favorite plants of all time are probably not that rare. Like there's so many incredible conventional houseplants, and I know social media is covered with rare plant pictures and all that sort of stuff nowadays, and it's just, yeah, they're great, but there's a lot of great underrated normal plants as well that you can afford very easily and don't have to win bids on eBay and keep your fingers crossed that you'll get one on Etsy, all that sort of stuff. I might actually make a video about underrated cheap houseplants. If you want to see something like that, let me know. But yeah, cool. So that one is now potted as well. I'll put that to one side to water. Do I pot this? Do I do it? I've always been too scared to go live on YouTube because I think it's scary. But I kind of wish I was live right now so that people could tell me whether or not they think I should pot this, because I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna do it. I've got 2 more Melanocris and propagations over there, so I'm gonna just do it and hope that it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Again, though, I'm going to need a much smaller pot. I think this is too small. Yeah, that's going to be too small. I think this one is kind of teetering on the big side, but I think considering the growth it's supporting and the fact that the root system is actually really big, it's just all curled up at the moment, I think it can take it. I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna hope for the best. I really need to get a bigger spade. As I said before, I'm really trying to get better at posting more regularly and more frequently on YouTube. So if any of you have ever got any questions or like, I don't know, things that you want explaining better or any plants you're struggling with, then always please feel free to drop me a comment or drop me a message or anything like that, and I will make sure to cover it in a video at some point. I'm not saying that I will automatically know all of the answers to everything you're asking right away, because I won't. I'm not a botanist, but I will do my best with the experience, not just, I was going to say knowledge, with the experience I have from having too many plants for a very long time and research, etc., etc. So feel free to always let me know and I will do my best to help. So that is that one all potted up, and I really hope this one does well. This is one, I know I'm saying I'll keep you updated on all of them, but I genuinely will, because I feel like this is risky. It's probably not, it's probably me just overthinking it because I overthink everything, but yeah, I'm gonna take the risk. Well, I've taken it, so let's wait and see how this goes. Lastly, I have got the syngoniums, the ones that I said I was going to pot up as well, and I kind of feel like I want to wait until they're both ready, and I don't know. I think this one would be absolutely fine, but because it's just such a beautiful cutting, the other one is as well, but this one is special. I just want to make sure that it's going to take, so I think I might maybe wait another couple of weeks or something. If you want to see more videos like this one, kind of like more just chilled, chatty, repotting, me fluffing my words and trying to think about what to say, then please let me know and I will make more because I've always got stuff to pot up. But yeah, cool. I'm going to put that to one side for now and I'm going to say that the repotting is done for the time being. But yeah, I'm just going to have a little bit of a clear up because I've made a right mess and I'm now going to have to try and fold the recycling bag because I don't know where my potting mat is. Before I finish this video, I thought I might just give you, I can put the camera up now. I thought I might just give you a little update on some plants that I've showed you before and what they're doing now. Because I know I showed you my Peperomia frost propagation in, I think, my rare plant tour video. I'll put a clip in so that you can see it. But look at it now. It's a properly well-formed, thriving little plant. It actually really needs the water. I say thriving. It's a bit thirsty, but I just find it amazing that that's come from literally 2 leaf cuttings. I basically did the same thing again. I propagated a different type of peperomia and tracked all the progress. So I'm gonna make a video soon about how to do it because it's so easy. But yeah, that's the little Peperomia frost. What else? My variegated aloe vera plant as well. This one I showed you in the houseplant tour video and it's still, I mean, to be honest, I need to plant that better because it's still wobbly. It's been wobbly for ages. Except it's just, I actually saw a picture of it when it was teeny tiny on my phone the other day and I was like, I can't believe how much it's grown. It is a proper little plant now. And I'm so proud of it. This one isn't much of an update because I got this in my House of Kojo order that I made the unboxing video on fairly recently, but this was the jewel orchid that I showed you at the time, but the leaf that was brand new on it then has fully unfurled and it's also got a new one coming. I don't know why, I just assumed it was going to be really slow growing because you don't really see them that often. I'm also so tempted to make a terrarium out of jewel orchids because I've seen so many different types since I got this one and I think they're so lovely. So if you would want to see me making a terrarium showing how to make a terrarium, then let me know, I could do that. So my phone's just flashed telling me I have 10%, so I feel like I should probably end this video here, even though I was going to show you a few more. But if you enjoyed this style of video, then let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure that I do more like this. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to, whoa, almost spilt the propagating water. Give it a thumbs up, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.